The potential and the rewards of this project are insane. Now, this video is designed to be a masterclass for the Drip project to cover pretty much everything that you would want to know as someone who's new to the project. Now, we'll be essentially covering 6 different topics that are showing up here on your screen throughout this masterclass. I will also be releasing separate videos for each of these topics, basically pulled from this masterclass later on in the next few days. So if you have questions on specific topics, you can go back to refer to those videos, or you can find it here by using the timestamps in this video. We've got a lot to cover, so let's hop right into it. So what is Drip? Drip is a cryptocurrency, or more specifically, it's actually a deflationary rewards DeFi token on the Binance Smart Chain that launched in April of 2021. The developer of this project is Forex Shark, who is also the developer on several other cryptocurrency projects, including Reap, which is one of his first projects that launched almost 2 years ago and has seen a 7,000% ROI since its launch. He's also been involved in other projects more recently, like the Manor, and now the Animal Farm, which is his most recent project, at least at the time of recording this video. Now, all of the different projects that Forex Shark has been a part of are building an entire ecosystem, which provides additional utility to each of the individual projects that he is working on. Basically, he incorporates his past projects into the new projects he's building to build a layered ecosystem. If you guys would like me to, I can also do review videos of his other projects that he has been involved with. Now, outside of Drip's utility, outside of the Faucet contract, which we'll be going over later, and outside of the ecosystem that Forex himself is building, there are several other cryptocurrency developers and projects that are incorporating Drip into their ecosystems. BetFury, which is one of the largest cryptocurrency casinos, is partnering with Drip to create a Drip exclusive betting platform. On top of that, Drip is also currently working on a partnership with another platform that will give a cross-chain compatibility for an NFT protocol, of which you could use those NFTs to play games, mine other tokens, share ownership of a piece of the metaverse, all purchasable through the Drip ecosystem. There's also 5 other development teams that are currently building projects that are using Drip as a part of their ecosystem for the purchase and trading of NFTs, staking platforms, and metaverse endeavors. So let's go over the tokenomics of Drip for the token in and of itself. Drip has a total initial supply of 1 million tokens, where each transaction of Drip will actually trigger a 10% tax. The entire 10% is dedicated towards the Drip Rewards Pool contract, which is used for their Faucet smart contract, like I mentioned before, we'll be going over later. And if you're not watching the masterclass, you can find out more about the Faucet contract in my Faucet contract video. However, if you utilize their built-in DEX on their website, the 10% buy tax is actually waived. Because of this, the price in their native DEX is usually a bit higher than the price on PancakeSwap because of the demand factor of people preferring the native DEX over PancakeSwap because of that 10% discount. You might want to compare the differences between the two prices before you choose which DEX you're going to use when you purchase Drip tokens. Speaking of the two DEXs, Drip was built with what the devs call a sword and shield pairing, where the native DEX LP is actually paired with BNB and the PancakeSwap DEX LP is actually paired with BUSD, where both liquidity pools are permanently locked. I wanted to go ahead and hop right over to BSC Scan to show you some of the things that are going on in the Drip contract. Let's check it out. Okay, so as you can see here, we're on BSC Scan and we're looking at the Drip token contract. So at the time of recording this video, there is currently 48,448 wallet addresses that hold Drip token. Now, if we go down here to the holders, we're going to see some interesting numbers that at first glance may worry some individual people. They would see that the top wallet that holds Drip token currently holds 76.9330% of the total supply of Drip token. Now, the first conclusion many would run to is this must be a rug pull. And the reason they assume that is because they must assume that this is either a massive whale or this is the developers that are holding a larger portion of the supply and can dump it at any moment. However, if you actually look into this, you would find out that this specific wallet address, or rather this contract, is actually their rewards pool contract for the Faucet smart contract. The next wallet you'll see here is actually for their PancakeSwap liquidity pool, which is with a Drip to BUSD pairing, which currently holds about 8.5% of the current supply of drip. The third contract that you see here with 2% of the current circulating supply is actually for the native DEX on their website that has a pairing between BNB and drip token. So what we can gather from this information here that we see just by looking at this on the BSC scan, we see that just over 88% of the entire circulating supply of drip token is locked away into smart contracts. Now, the interesting thing to note here, how much of the supply did this rewards pool actually start off with? The answer is actually 0%. So because of the tax system that's built into drip, it is slowly built up to this 76.9%. I've been watching this smart contract for a few days now, and you can see that it slowly increases over time, which means the tokenomics and the fees involved in drip are outpacing any rewards they're currently paying out to any holders that are claiming rewards through the Faucet contract. We can also see here that the largest wallet that's an actual holder of the tokens only has about 0.7% of the entire supply of the drip token. It is also important to note that there exists a progressive Wells tax for any sales made from drip, either on PancakeSwap or using their native swap. For most people, this won't apply and they will be hit with just the regular 10% sell fee. However, for wallets holding 1% or more of the supply, they will pay an additional tax that starts at 5% and goes up to a whopping 50% if a single wallet happens to carry 10% or more of the total supply. So now that we understand the tokenomics of drip and what it is, let's go over the main appeal of the project currently, the staking for 1% daily compound interest or 365% APY. Now this is all done through their Drip Faucet smart contract, which you can access on their website under the Faucet tab. Now the Drip Faucet smart contract is a gamified staking platform that allows you, as a player, to essentially trade off the tokens you deposit for a 1% daily return on your deposit balance. Now, the tokens that you deposit into the smart contract are permanently burned, and you cannot get them back once you make your deposit. So verify that you are wanting to go ahead and burn those tokens forever before you go ahead and place them into the smart contract, as you will not be able to get them back other than the 1% daily rewards that you will receive on that balance. After depositing your tokens, you immediately begin earning that 1% of your deposited amount over a 24-hour period. So you earn that 1% gradually throughout the entire 24-hour period, literally second by second. You can actually watch on the Faucet contract as that number slowly grows till that 24-hour mark when you earn exactly 1% of the total amount that's currently in the deposit. And that will continue to grow unless you've either claimed those tokens or redeposited them. So of those tokens you're earning, you can actually claim and receive them in your wallet for a 10% tax, or you can redeposit those tokens back into the contract for a 5% fee to increase your 1% daily yields. When you do this, it's actually called hydrating. Now, hydrating technically does two things simultaneously. It both claims the tokens and redeposits them for a 5% fee rather than a 10% fee that you would normally be hit with when you go to deposit those tokens, and you're doing both of those actions with just one gas fee. The rewards you receive are not actually paid out of the rewards pool until you claim them back into your wallet. The funds for the 1% daily rewards come from the Drip token's 10% transaction fees, the 10% deposit fee into the Faucet, and the 10% claim fee out of the Faucet, and the 5% hydration fees. As shown before, about 77% of the entire total supply is already in the rewards pool, ready to pay out investors into the smart contract on their daily yields, making the possibility of running out of funds extremely low, considering the rewards pool started off with no tokens, and through the power of the tokenomics of Drip, have been able to build up to 3/4 of the entire total supply set aside for the rewards mechanism. However, if the rewards pool were ever to be completely depleted, new tokens would actually be minted in order to pay out the rewards, which would cause the token to move from a deflationary asset to an inflationary asset as needed to meet reward demands. So the contract is designed in a way that the rewards will always be paid out, even if the rewards pool is completely empty. This entire operation in smart contract is possible because the principal amount people invest into the project is permanently burned and is no longer accessible. So those players who are invested into the contract can only pull out the 1% they earn on a daily basis and not the principal amount. There's also a strong incentive through game theory and human psychology revolving around greed for people to redeposit their earned tokens back into their deposit through hydrating in order to receive larger daily returns, which by doing so actually helps to continue to fund the rewards pool due to the 5% hydration fee. In order to participate in the Faucet smart contract rewards, you will need what is called a buddy code in order to deposit. This is basically a referral code from someone who has already invested into the Faucet smart contract. The buddy code is just the wallet address of the individual who referred you to become a player in the Faucet smart contract. Now, other than a buddy code, you also actually need a deposit of a minimum of 1 token into the Faucet contract in order to participate. If you look at the white paper, it will actually say that there is 10 tokens that are currently required. However, that information is outdated. The developer, ForexShark, has since updated that to build a lower threshold at just 1 token in order to qualify to enter into the Faucet smart contract. Now, for many of you guys out there who want to go ahead and play the game in the Faucet smart contract, but want to immediately get an ROI before they start compounding any of their interest, it would actually take you around 145.3 days to get a return on your initial investment due to the fees involved with buying, selling, depositing, and claiming your tokens, assuming the price of Drip remained constant. In order to calculate future earning projections, I coded a calculator that factors in for the tokenomics of the Faucet smart contract and the compound interest that is involved. I will be working on a way in the near future to make this calculator available for free for those who would be interested in looking at future projections on their own deposits. Also, if there is a desire for it, I could do a video showing different wallet projections at different deposit sizes and timeframes. Let me know in the comment section if this is something that you would like to see available either on the website as a calculator or as a video going over common deposit sizes. Now, for a quick sneak peek of the power of the compound interest in the Faucet smart contract over time, let's take a look at a quick example. After initially depositing 10 Drip tokens into the Faucet smart contract and hydrating your tokens once daily every 24 hours at the same time, you would actually be getting 0.11 Drip tokens per day after 1 month of hydrations, 0.2 Drip tokens per day after 3 months of hydrations, 0.47 Drip tokens per day after 6 months of hydrations, and 2.69 Drip tokens per day after 1 year of hydrations. Now, viewing this in Drip tokens may not sound that impressive. However, after an initial deposit of 10 Drip tokens, at the price at which I am recording on this video is about $130 per token, meaning 10 tokens would be worth about $1,300 in this example. So after 1 year of hydrating and assuming the price of Drip remained the same, which is highly unlikely, you would be receiving 2.69 tokens, or about $350.53 per day off an initial $1,300 investment in 1 year prior. Now, to put that into perspective, that's more than $10,000 every single month that you would be earning without compounding it at that point. Of course, one thing I do want to note on this example is you still have to factor in the claims tax and the sales tax for that particular value. So that $350.53 would actually be about $283.92 after the claims tax and the sales tax back into BNB. So even after taxes, you're still looking at $8,500 a month you would be pulling out of Drip off that initial $1,300 investment a year later. That's pretty impressive. When you look at the Drip Faucet dApp, you will actually see some icons with numbers that show you all the information you need to navigate using the Faucet smart contract. This can be found on their website at drip.community underneath the Faucet tab. So let's go over what each of those items that appear on the Faucet tab actually mean. The first one you see is labeled available. This is the available tokens you have in the rewards pool and their value in USDT to claim from your 1% daily yields. This number will continue to increase at a rate of 1% of your total deposit daily until the tokens are either hydrated and added to your deposit or claimed into your wallet. After depositing, you should see the balance slowly increase throughout the day. There's no time limit on when you need to claim those tokens or a limit on how often you want to claim or hydrate those tokens. So if you want to hydrate or claim multiple times throughout the day, you're more than capable of doing so, although take into consideration that you will be hit with gas fees every time you take one of those actions. The second icon that appears is your deposits. This is the current total amount of tokens and their value in USDT you have deposited in the Drip Faucet smart contract, and this is the amount your 1% daily rewards are actually based on. Now, both the available tokens and the tokens that are available in your deposit show a USDT value. However, you cannot claim them in USDT. When you actually go to claim, it's going to be claimed first of all in the Drip token, and then you can swap that for BNB. Remembering that you actually cannot pull anything out of your deposit, just the available balance from the 1% rewards. The third icon is the total amount of tokens you have claimed so far with this wallet address. Both the tokens you claim back into your wallet and the tokens you hydrate will be added into this number of tokens. This is because when you hydrate, you're actually claiming those tokens and then redepositing them, so they get factored in on the claimed tokens number. Moving down to the second row, you have the rewarded icon. This shows you your direct and indirect rewards you have received from your buddy referral system, for which we will go over later if you are watching the masterclass. Or if you're watching the Drip Faucet video, this will be covered in my buddy plan video. The fifth icon, or the middle icon of the bottom row, is the max payout icon. This number shows you the maximum amount of drip you can claim at that wallet address. This number is exactly 3.65 times larger than your deposit amount. So in order to be able to pull more tokens out of the rewards pool, you will need to increase your deposit. So yes, there's actually a limit of how much you can pull out of the Faucet contract, and that limit is 3.65 times larger than your current deposit amount. I also want to note there's another limit of 100,000 tokens, which is kind of the glass ceiling for any particular wallet. So if you ever got to a point where your 3.65% hit 100,000, that would be the end that you could go ahead and pull out of the contract. Now, to find out how much more you can pull out of the rewards pool without contributing more tokens to your deposit, you can actually find this number by subtracting the amount of tokens under the claimed icon from the max payout. So you would take your max payout, you would subtract the tokens that you see under the claims tab, and that is how many tokens you have left over that are available to be pulled out of the Faucet smart contract off of your 1% daily yields until you would need to start depositing more funds in order to receive a larger payout. The last, sixth icon is your team. This is for people who wish to participate in the referral bonus Drip has to offer, but is not required to earn your 1% daily interest. The first number shows the people you have directly referred by them using your buddy code in order to make a deposit into the Faucet contract. The second number shows all of the people that are on your team, or rather your downlines, which we will go over in the buddy system part of the masterclass, or if you're not watching the masterclass, that'll be covered in my buddy systems video if you want to go ahead and learn more about the buddy system. So speaking of the buddy system, let's go over it right now. The buddy system, or buddy plan, is a way that you can receive extra drip tokens in your deposit to earn a higher daily earning from your 1% daily rewards. However, participation in the referral system is not required. Other than needing a buddy code to start, you can use the Faucet smart contract with Drip as just a daily 1% return on your deposits, and that's it. You do not need to recruit anyone, and you do not need to build a team to receive your rewards. This buddy system is just an incentive for those who wish to participate to earn more tokens in their deposit for a higher daily return. They are not paid out directly at all for any referrals. All of the referral bonuses you receive do not go directly into your wallet. They go directly into your deposit, which gives you a higher yield in your 1% earnings. So it does not give you a direct contribution into your wallet, just into your deposit, which you can earn more of a reward from. However, there are two qualifications to receive rewards from the referrals in the buddy system of Drip. The first to qualify for receiving rewards requires that you have a positive net deposit. You can find this number by taking your deposit amount plus the airdrops you've both sent and received, and plus your hydrations, and then subtract your claims tokens. If the number you get from that equation comes out to a positive number, or a number above 0, then you qualify with a positive net deposit. However, after taking your deposits and your other positive actions, and you subtract the claims token, and that brings you a number below 0, so -1 or lower, then you have a negative net deposit, and you do not qualify for any buddy system referral rewards. The second requirement is that you must hold BR34P token in your wallet. The BR34P token is the REAP token R34P on the Binance Smart Chain, which is one of Forex Shark's earlier projects. You will need at least 2 of these tokens in order to qualify for the direct referral bonus. I really want to highlight this for people to understand. You need to have at least 2 BR34P tokens sitting in your wallet in order to receive any referral rewards out of the buddy system, even for direct referrals from your buddy. So if you want to go ahead and refer people and gain an extra kickback from that, you need to hold at least 2 BR34P tokens in your wallet. You don't have to do anything other than have those tokens in the same wallet that you're interacting with the Drip Faucet smart contract. There are also 2 different referral systems that are basically set up in the Drip system. The first is a direct referral, which requires the 2 BR34P tokens we just went over. And the second is a downline or round robin referral system, which requires even more BR34P tokens, which we will go over here in a second. So for direct referrals, you will get a referral bonus of 10% of the deposit that the person you refer deposits into the Faucet smart contract after the taxes are paid on the new deposit of 10%. So to give you an example of what this means, if the person you refer deposited 10 drip tokens into the Faucet contract after using your buddy code, they would actually deposit 9 drip tokens because of the 10% tax. That goes to the rewards pool, and you will receive 10% of those 9 tokens at 0.9 tokens that would be added to your deposit and not to your wallet, so that you can earn more yields on your 1% daily reward. For downline referrals, there is up to 15 levels of downlines that are possible, but you must hold the right amount of BR34P token to even qualify for those different levels of downlines. This list that you're seeing on the screen now will show you how many BR34P tokens are required at each level in order to receive the round robin drip referral bonus. So if you have 2 tokens of BR34P, you'll get the 1 downline, which is your direct referrals. 3 tokens would give you 2 downlines, 5 tokens would give you 3 downlines. And this goes so on and so forth up until a whopping 1,597 tokens for 15 downlines. So this would be the person you refer is 1 downline, the person they refer would be your 2nd downline, so on and so forth. Now, direct referrals always receive their referral bonus first after a new person makes their initial deposit. But after they make their initial deposit and they either deposit a second time or they decide to hydrate their tokens, instead of you receiving the reward again for them making those positive actions, the rewards would then start going up your uplines and they would take turns receiving the additional bonus in the round robin system. So the round robin system only pays out to 1 person per positive action. So whether it's a direct referral or a round robin referral, anytime anyone makes an action in Drip, whether it's making a deposit or a hydrate, only 1 person, if they're eligible, will receive a reward for that player having done that. A positive action would be a hydration or a deposit. This is because a hydration is essentially just a claim and a deposit in one action. The reward you receive in the round robin system is 10% of hydrations after the 5% tax is applied, or 10% of your deposit after the 10% deposit tax has been applied. Just like the example we went over earlier with direct referral rewards. However, if a wallet in your upline is a team wallet, meaning they have 5 or more direct referrals, they will actually receive 7.5% instead of the usual 10%, and the extra 2.5% will be sent back to you as an airdrop. So having more team wallets in your upstream is beneficial to you, as that each time it hits one of those team wallets, you're going to be getting a 2.5% airdrop kickback for every hydration or deposit you make based upon who it's hitting in your uplines. Now, the team wallet feature also applies to the direct referral bonus as well. So if you have a team wallet and someone makes their initial deposit and pays the 10% fee, instead of getting that 10% bonus like you would prefer, just like with the round robin system, you'll get 7.5%, and the other 2.5% will be kicked back to the person who just made that deposit as a team airdrop. Now, if you were the last to receive, the next person to receive the bonus in the round robin system is the next wallet up the line who is qualified to receive that bonus, meaning that they carry a net positive deposit and have enough BR34 tokens to be eligible to receive rewards from that depth in their downline. If they do not qualify, they are skipped. Once rewards make it through the 15 potentially eligible wallets for rewards, the next reward goes to nobody before the process begins again at the direct referral, or rather the person whose buddy code they used. This process then just repeats on a loop for every positive action that that specific wallet takes. And this applies to all wallets within the Faucet smart contract system, even if you're not participating in the Buddy System rewards program. I know this is a tricky system for a lot of people to understand, so if you guys have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll try to answer those as best as I can. Now, for direct airdrops in the Buddy System that are not a part of the automatic 2.5% team wallet airdrops to team members, Drip can be sent either at random or to a selected amount of wallets on your team. Or you can also send directly to a specific wallet using the direct airdrop feature. Team leaders are in no way required to send direct airdrops or team airdrops outside of the automatic 2.5% team wallet rewards. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to talk about is the Reservoir smart contract. Now, the Reservoir smart contract allows players to earn passive perpetual BNB rewards while providing locked liquidity to the Drip ecosystem. This is actually how the entire Drip ecosystem is able to earn liquidity, since they don't earn it through their buy and sell tokenomics. The BNB rewards are actually paid out instantly from the Drip dividend pool. When you enter the Reservoir contract, you are swapping BNB for a token called Drop, which is a BEP20 token. This is held by the Reservoir contract and represents your share of the Drip BNB liquidity pool. Drop will not fluctuate in value, and it is pegged a 1-to-1 with the Drip BNB pairing that is the Drip's native liquidity pool token pairing in their native DEX. The amount of Drop held by a player determines their share of the dividends that they will receive from the Reservoir's daily dividend pools. When you swap BNB for Drop and vice versa, there is a 10% tax that is used to pay BNB rewards to people in the Reservoir and lock liquidity in the Drip BNB liquidity pool. 2% of the BNB used to buy Drop is distributed instantly to people in the Reservoir. 5% goes into the Reservoir pool, which pays out 2% of its balance every day to people in the Reservoir. And 3% is permanently locked in the Drip liquidity pool. Your share of the Reservoir will decrease over time as more Drop is purchased by other players. You can always increase your share by compounding like you would in the Faucet contract, or by purchasing more Drop tokens directly. There's also a 1% fee on Drip BNB swaps, and this fee goes into the Reservoir dividend pool that is distributed daily, proportional to your Drop holdings. This creates an additional stream of BNB into the Reservoir contract, which is not dependent on more people buying Drop by entering the Reservoir. Now, one of the questions that comes up quite a lot when people first learn about the Drip project is Drip Network a scam? A lot of people assume because of the reward system and because people are recruiting other people, or because it seems like people are just making money from other people, that they assume that this is either a Ponzi scheme, an MLM, or a pyramid scheme. So to go ahead and address this, I want to cover exactly what a Ponzi scheme is and what an MLM, or rather a pyramid, is, to address these issues separately. So starting off with a Ponzi scheme is a form of fraud, and the key word there is fraud, that lures investors and pays profits to earlier investors with the funds from the more recent investors. This scheme leads to victims to believe that their profits are actually coming from a legitimate business activity, like the sale of a product, like the utilization of some form of investment technology, or any other way that money would be generated in a legitimate business practice. And the investors, or people that are investing into the scheme, are completely unaware of the other investors are the source of their funds, rather than the legitimate business item that they were pitched was creating those funds that they were receiving. So the reason that the Drip token, or rather the Faucet contract, is not a Ponzi scheme is, for one, it's an open source protocol, meaning that you can look at the smart contract, you can look at the code, and you can look at all the information that you're putting your Drip tokens into. There's nothing that's being hidden, and there's nothing that's deceiving about what you're participating in. The other factor is that the Drip token is time agnostic, which is a direct quote from Forex Shark himself. The reason he says that is because everyone is treated exactly the same in the Drip network, and everyone receives the exact same rewards, regardless if you were a day one investor into the Faucet contract or if you just got in today. The other factor is that all of the funds that are in the smart contract are completely controlled by the smart contract itself, which is completely decentralized, and it is not controlled by a centralized entity. So essentially, Drip is a gamification of a smart contract where you, as a player that is playing a game, by hydrating your tokens to yield better results. This gamification and leverage of the human psychology of greed is what makes this system function and work the way that it does. And this is what also provides its longevity. The tax system and the limitations within the actual smart contract are built in a way that's going to limit people from exploiting the contract, exploiting other individuals, and always making sure that there's going to be enough funds to pay out everybody for their 1% daily yields. Now, when it comes to MLMs and pyramid schemes, MLMs are typically painted in a negative light, and understandably so, as a lot of people lose a lot of money in MLMs. But not all MLMs are illegal or fail. There are several MLM structures that are totally legitimate within the United States, even though they are frowned upon by the general public. MLMs or pyramid schemes require, keyword there on require, that you bring in new players, investors, or distributors, or whatever term they want to call you, in order to turn a profit. Many times this will be to sell a legitimate project, but not in all cases. Now, here's a quote directly from the FTC Consumer Information page. It says, quote, "If the MLM is not a pyramid scheme, it will pay you based on your sales to retail customers without having to recruit new distributors," end quote. So as previously mentioned, it is a scheme or a scam when recruiting or bringing people in is a requirement to benefit from the system. Now, as far as the shape of the pyramid, technically speaking, all companies are pyramids, as there is usually a smaller amount of people at the top of the business earning most of the funds, and a larger group of people as you go down the business chain earning lower amounts of money till you get to the ground floor level of workers who receive the lowest level of income of the business structure. So just because the business structure or because the smart contract structure or rather any structure is built in a way that's shaped like a pyramid doesn't inherently mean that it's a scheme or that it's a scam. Drip does not fit into the MLM or pyramid scheme category because there is no selling of any product or requirement to make regular purchases or contributions to continue in the system. And you are not required in any way to recruit new players to benefit from the daily compound interest built into the Faucet contract. Also, as previously mentioned, everyone is treated the exact same in the smart contract, regardless of when you deposited your funds. And there's only ever one person that benefits from a positive action within the buddy referral system. So it's not like someone comes in new and all of a sudden they make a payment and 8 different other people or 15 other different people are making money off that transaction. Anytime someone makes a deposit or makes a hydration, there's only ever one person who's going to get a kickback for that specific reward. A lot of those wallets will be team wallets and will actually be kicking back those rewards back to the people making those actions. However, another question or rather concern many people have in Drip is this project or is this Faucet smart contract sustainable? Now, this is something that only time will really tell. In my personal opinion, I think because of the gamification that they built into the system, the psychology around people wanting to always rehydrate and yield better returns, and because of the tax system that they've implemented, I think this project will be sustainable as long as people continue to play into the gamification and the psychology built into the project itself. Not to mention the fact that the way the contract is written, even if the rewards pool eventually runs out of funds, there's still going to be a payout because the contract is written in a way where new tokens will be minted to make payouts happen. So if you're in the Faucet contract, you will, without a doubt, always receive 1% on your deposits. The question that comes into play on whether this is sustainable or not isn't if there will run out of tokens, because the contract is built in a way where they won't. The real question is, will the drip tokens that you are receiving remain to hold any sort of substantive value? Now, Drip has been building several other use cases outside of just the Faucet contract, like we mentioned before in the masterclass. And if you are not watching the masterclass, you can go ahead and watch the video on what is Drip, where I go over the entire ecosystems that are being built around Drip and the other use cases Drip is going to be utilized for to help add value to this project. So now that we've gone over everything about Drip, let's now go over how you can get your hands on these Drip tokens and get them deposited into the Faucet contract. So let's go over how to buy Drip. First thing you need to do is get a crypto wallet in order to be able to buy Drip. Now, I would prefer to use MetaMask as that has been the most user-friendly in my experience with the Drip contract. You can get MetaMask on the Apple App Store or through the Google Play Store, and there's also a Chrome extension version if you prefer to use it on a laptop or computer. If you're new to crypto wallets, you need to create a new wallet and make sure to save the seed phrase and never share that seed phrase with anybody. Okay, so now that you have the MetaMask wallet app, on your phone or either on your computer device, I'm going to walk you through exactly the steps that you will need to take in order to go ahead and get your hands on some Drip tokens. So right when you download the app, it's going to tell you here at the bottom to get started. You'll click get started and you'll be left with two options. The first option is to import using a security recovery phrase. This is the seed phrase or the 12-word seed phrase that you would need to import if you have an already existing cryptocurrency wallet. If you're new to crypto or you want to go ahead and utilize a new wallet, you're going to want to go ahead and click on create a new wallet. After this, you're going to want to go ahead and set up a new password that you can go ahead and use to access the app when you log back in. You can also enable a sign-on with Face ID, and you're going to want to make sure to click I understand that MetaMask cannot recover this password for me. So you're going to want to go ahead and click on create password. After that, it's going to go ahead and walk you through how to secure your wallet and your security phrase. You're going to want to go ahead and click on start once you've watched that and click on start to get started. Once you do this, it's going to have you tap to reveal your security recovery phrase. So you want to make sure to not share this recovery phrase with anybody. It doesn't matter if they claim they're tech support or the developer of a project. You will never share the seed phrase with anybody ever. So never share the seed phrase with anybody. Once you view it, you're going to want to write this down on paper and not keep a digital copy so people can get access to it. And once you've written down that paper version, you're going to want to go ahead and store that away safely. So if you ever need to import your wallet elsewhere or you need to access it at some other location, you'll have access to that seed phrase. After you confirm your seed phrase by re-entering the seed phrase they've given you, you will get this message letting you know, congratulations, you've successfully protected your wallet. And you're going to want to go ahead and click on done. Once you do that, it's going to take you to this page, which shows you your account name, which you can go ahead and change by hovering over the name there if you want to change the name. Right below that, it shows you the value in tokens that you have in this wallet. And then down below that, the string of numbers is going to be your wallet address, which is what you're going to need to go ahead and copy in order to go ahead and send tokens into this wallet. Now, down below, it's going to show your Ethereum balance that you have in this wallet. The default for MetaMask is going to be on the Ethereum main network, but we want to make sure you're on the Binance Smart Chain main network in order to go ahead and access your tokens. So in order to go ahead and add the Binance Smart Chain to your MetaMask wallet, you'll click the three lines in the top left corner that you can see on your screen. Once you click that, you're going to want to go down to the Settings tab, click on Settings. Then you're going to want to go ahead and look down on the Networks tab, which is the fifth option down. When you click on Network, you're going to see the Ethereum main network as well as 4 other networks that are available. Now, where mine says RPC networks, you won't have that option there that quite yet. You're going to want to go ahead and add that Binance Smart Chain mainnet because it should not be appearing on your MetaMask yet. To go ahead and add that, you'll click on Add Network, and then you're going to want to go ahead and fill out the network name, RPC URL, chain ID, symbol, and block explorer URL here to go ahead and add the Binance Smart Chain mainnet. You can get that information by what is appearing on your screen now that I've already implemented onto my wallet. You're going to want to go ahead and make sure specifically that your RPC URL, your chain ID, and your block explorer URL is exactly the same character for character, otherwise you could have problems with loading BNB into your network. Once you've gone ahead and clicked add at the bottom of the screen after adding all the information, the Binance Smart Chain mainnet should then appear under your RPC networks. Once you close out of the Settings tab and go back to your home page, you can go ahead to the top where it says Wallet and verify that you were on the Binance Smart Chain mainnet by scrolling down and clicking Binance Smart Chain mainnet. Then the tokens that appear should now show 0 BNB rather than 0 Ethereum. And at that point, you've got your MetaMask all set up and ready for adding funds to the wallet. Once you have your wallet all set up as we just went over, you'll need to go ahead and fund it with some Smart Chain BNB. You can buy BNB on several different cryptocurrency exchanges such as Crypto.com, Binance, and Binance US for US residents, KuCoin, and several other cryptocurrency platforms. You will need to set up an account with one of these platforms in order to purchase BNB. Do note though that if you decide to purchase directly out of one of these exchanges, especially if using a credit or debit card, there is usually a wait period of about 7 to 10 business days before you will be able to send any purchased crypto out of the exchange and into your wallet. You can avoid this by buying another crypto elsewhere and sending it to the exchange to sell for USD or USDT and buying BNB that way in order to do a same day buy and send. And one of the ways that you can do this is utilizing Cash App, which allows you to buy Bitcoin directly with a debit or credit card, but does have a limit of sending $2,000 of Bitcoin out of Cash App every 24 hours. you can send your purchased Bitcoin to one of the exchanges that holds BNB to sell your Bitcoin and then use those funds to buy BNB. If you would prefer not to use one of the exchanges, you could also get BNB using MoonPay or Simplex on Trust Wallet or the SafeMoon wallet, and then sending your purchased BNB directly to your MetaMask wallet once it has landed in the SafeMoon or Trust Wallet app. To send BNB to your MetaMask wallet, you will need to copy your MetaMask wallet address, which is the long string of letters and numbers below your balance within the app or Chrome extension. That will be the address you will put into the section when sending your BNB. It is important to note that you should only send BNB to MetaMask wallet on the Binance Smart Chain, which is the BEP20 chain and not the BEP2, or you could lose your funds. I usually suggest a test run of a smaller amount before sending the rest of your tokens to verify you are sending to the right place the right way. Once you have your funds, you can purchase Drip using the native DEX or PancakeSwap, where you will swap your BNB for Drip. Now, if you're on a desktop version using the Chrome browser, you're going to simply do this by going to the Pancake website, which will be in the description of this video, or to the native DEX of Drip, which will also be in the description of this video, and connecting your wallet on that website. For those of you who are using the app-based version of MetaMask, you're going to want to go ahead and click on the three lines in the top left corner, go to the browser tab, and then you're going to want to go ahead and type in the URL that will also be in the description of this video here in the URL. First, I'll show you guys how to utilize the native DEX. Once you've gone to the Drip website, you're going to want to go ahead and click on Trade. Once you click on Trade, you're going to see now an option to buy and sell your Drip tokens. However, in order to do this, you're going to go ahead and need to connect your wallet. Three lines in the top right of the Drip Network menu. This will show you an option to connect your wallet. You'll click on Connect Wallet. You'll go ahead and click on Connect, and then to verify, you'll click the drop down to see that your wallet is properly connected. At that point, when you scroll down, you'll see here that on the Buy Drip and Sell Drip, your BNB balance will be applied here. So if you have BNB in your wallet, on the Wallet tab here, you should see the amount of BNB that you currently hold, which should reflect the exact same when you go to the browser and you've connected your wallet into the Drip app. At that point, you can go ahead and type in how much BNB you would like to purchase. At that point, it will give you the approximate amount of Drip that you will be earning at that amount. At that point, you're going to go ahead and click on Buy. There should be a little bit of a delay before you'll get the pop-up that you have successfully made a Drip purchase. After that, you should see your Drip balance appear under the Sell Drip where the Drip balance is listed. Once you've successfully been able to buy your Drip tokens and they now appear under the Drip balance under the Sell Drip, you're going to want to click the three lines again and go over to the Faucet contract. Once you're on the Faucet contract, it will show you the 6 different information icons about your Faucet deposit. If you scroll down here, this is where you'll actually go ahead and make a deposit of Drip. You can go ahead and click the max button to put the maximum amount of Drip that's in your balance into the deposit. And remember that there is a 10% tax when depositing into Drip. Below the deposit is where you'll actually click on the hydrate and the claim buttons when you want to either hydrate your tokens or claim them out of the Faucet contract. In order to go ahead and make a deposit, however, you need to have a buddy code. So if you scroll down here where it says get a buddy under current buddy, there should be nothing listed. This is where you're going to go ahead and paste your buddy address is under the buddy wallet address here. So you'll go ahead and place your buddy address right here in the dropdown, and you'll want to go ahead and click on update. Once you've successfully been able to add a buddy, you'll go ahead to the top here and be able to successfully deposit your tokens. Once you do so, you should see under the deposits tab the amount of Drip tokens you have successfully been able to deposit, and immediately following, you should start to see the available balance of your Drip tokens starting to increase. If you'd rather buy through the PancakeSwap, you can go ahead and go to pancakeswap.finance, which there will be a link for in the description of this video. You'll go ahead and click on Connect Wallet, click on MetaMask to connect your wallet, and then scroll in here and under Cake, you're going to want to go ahead and paste the Drip token contract address here. I will of course include the Drip contract in the description of this video. You'll go ahead and click on Import, click that you understand, and import that token. The process to go ahead and switch this is the exact same as using the native DEX, with one exception. You're going to want to go ahead and click on the Settings tab and make sure you set your slippage to 12%. This is to factor in the 10% tokenomics fee that goes along with the Drip token. After that, you'll successfully be able to choose the amount of BNB you would like to go ahead and swap for Drip and swap those tokens. Once you swap those tokens, the process is the exact same for the Faucet contract as it was if you swapped using the native DEX. And that covers pretty much everything in this masterclass. If you came this far into the video, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and consider being a member. And of course, if you are new to Drip, consider using my buddy code and becoming a member of my team. Thanks for watching, guys. I know this was a long one if you're watching the masterclass video, but if you've gone this far in the video, I greatly appreciate it, and I hope you found the information in this video helpful. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Diamond Fist.